people who don't want to travel that far from the country itself.
Okay, so since we are a service-based company, we don't have a traditional sort of ways of exporting, such as a physical, tangible product to other countries. So the way we do that is, the way we have to, sell our products, sell tickets to people, are through kind of like a different means. One of the main ways that we want to sell are through travel websites. In the United States, it's familiar like Orbitz. We also have Infinity Travel and Dinlink Travel, which are specific to Eastern Europe and Russia and Europe as a whole. We want to kind of expand outside of Russia in terms of ticket sales because our carrier is an international carrier. It does not fly to any domestic routes, only international. So it makes sense that we go for websites that are accessible by people across the world. We also are going to do through travel agencies that are actually physically located in Moscow. These are examples of 2 travel agencies. And what that means is our customers can physically walk into an office and sit down with somebody and plan a whole trip from when they leave to when they get back, including hotels and stuff. What we'll do is we'll contact these travel agencies and allow them to book tickets on the customer's behalf, and that's the one way we generate sales. The other way that we try and generate sales is by targeting companies, and we do that by direct selling to corporations and direct selling to secretaries. What that means is that our marketing staff would be responsible to contacting secretaries, contacting the companies, offering them rates, offering them specials, promotions, whatever it may be, as a way of getting them to buy tickets. Promotion. Since we have 2 products, standard flights and charter airlines, it's important that we kind of market differently to those 2 different groups. What we do, but regardless, we go with the theme of luxury within reach. But that luxury within reach has 3 different components. We want to shape our image to be affordable, reliable, and modern. So all of our different advertisement promotions need to convey that in some way. We want to show the airplanes looking sleek and modern. We want to have a ticket price number that's relatively low compared to other airlines. And we want to show the quality of the service technicians and the people who would actually be flying, operating, the stewardess, that sort of thing. We plan to go through a variety of different outlets to promote our company. Our main thing will actually be through business magazines and cultural magazines that are read by Russians. The other way would be through online internet advertisements. Currently, 17% Russians have access to internet, but they actually have the largest amount of internet users in Eastern Europe just because of their large population, and that number is even higher in Moscow, so we think that internet advertisements will actually really help us out. And then finally, we'll use television commercials as a way to also get to the market. That'll kind of be one of the last ones just because they are expensive, but we feel like they can adequately convey our brand. So in conclusion, we think that there is a huge market for the airline industry and in Russia, and there's a large potential to grow. And so if it's done correctly, we think there could be a very profitable entry.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to do the VC questions. Okay, go ahead, please.
In your paper, you talk a lot about how you're using internet as a resource to advertise because of the global aspect of it. Have you thought of any other ways, maybe community projects or some other form of goodwill within the Moscow community that would help promote the company?
Yeah, in terms of other projects that we consider doing would be we took some ideas from the Armenian case we read about being able to show up at different fairs, different trade shows, and being directly kind of like a face-to-face interaction with people and be able to get our logo out there. There's 2 reasons for this. First reason is it gets our name out there. It gives us a lot of advertising space so that people, because we are a small company, people hear about us. And second, it does build relationships with the community that then they look favorably upon your company and will use them as a carrier in the future.
You said that you're going to standardize your prices, so I was wondering, does this mean that you will exclude somehow the consumer demand? I mean,
Like
the
seasonality?
The seasonality.
No, standardizing meaning that no matter where you're buying them, you're getting the same price. Not that all year long, X to Y to Z is going to be costing $250, for example. Not that, but if you bought here or if you pay for the ticket in Russia, same price. That type of standardization.
Yes.
There are a lot of low-cost flying, and I think it becomes a serious stress for your company. So what's your plan?
Could you repeat your question? Sorry, I didn't really
There
understand.
are a lot of low flying, and it becomes a serious stress for your company. So what's your plan?
I still
thinking
didn't.
about, like, there's a lot of low-cost airplanes.
Okay. You talking about like low-cost competitors to us, and what do we want, or what are we going to do to combat them? Well, the whole luxury within reach thing is a big part of that. We're not trying to compete with people solely on price. What our idea for it is that you come on Moscow Air Company, you fly with us, we're not going to put you in a cattle car and start charging you to use the bathroom or anything like that. You're going to come in, it's going to be nicely lit, people are going to be pleasant, you're going to want to fly with us because we're going to provide a better experience than these low-cost companies like BMI City and that kind of thing.
Is your budget, I just want to start with this, is your budget $300 million for the purchase of the Boeings and the leasing of that and your whole marketing strategy, or is it just for the airplanes?
We believe, I think, the entire sort of marketing
The whole
strategy is
entire thing.
$300 million.
In that case, in your paper, you described that you want to refigure airplanes and or use your airplanes and like theme them to be like nightclubs and nice restaurants and things like that. If you're going to do that, how are you going to be able to afford to like reformat, first of all, your old fleet along with purchasing your new fleet, and like implementing like better cuisine and like better staff and everything, which is wasn't really explained.
Well, the costs are definitely doable. They're not like the cost of the airplane is going to be into kind of invigorating and kind of creating this theme. It's really just small little changes that you can make, even the way that you have like your drink menu, which doesn't cost anything different than putting out a regular drink menu, but the way it's formatted can kind of give you this sense that you're on like a high-class sort of ride of your life. So that's the way we would kind of do it. So we don't anticipate that there should be any extra costs along with that. And even when you submit to like Boeing, your kind of what you want, that's included in the cost of the original sort of quote that is.
It's not going off that. Like what we mean by that, like the nightclub type thing,
Yeah.
is color mostly. It's not. Go ahead. You want
Is
to
it
say?
supposed to look like kind of like the new Virgin American?
There you
Okay,
go.
that's what I was getting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last question? One more.
Are there other, like, I feel like when you were talking about your competitors, you really focused on your Russian competitors. What about international competitors?
Okay. Our international competitors are generally the same. Not obviously, they're not based in Russia, but they are, in our mind anyway, offering the same product as the Russian competitors. As in, you either at the low cost level where it's like, God, I forgot the name of that European company that's about to charge for the bathrooms.
Ryan?
Huh?
Was there Ryanair?
Ryan.
EasyJet?
There you go. EasyJet, those types of things. Either you're like in a cramped space, you don't want to fly with them, but it costs €12, or you're in like more of a mainstream U.S. type airline like Aeroflot, where it's like American Airlines, that kind of thing. So in the competitive assessment, I feel like that covered both parts of it. Like Kuban is more of a low-cost flight airline, and that can be representative of other smaller low-cost airlines. And then Aeroflot is more like a mainline legacy carrier in the sense of Lufthansa and that kind of thing.
In addition, we can also be competitive because a lot of those multinational and Western airline companies actually use a hubbing system. So for example, if you want to fly from Moscow to Rome, you actually go from like Moscow to Berlin to Rome, where we offer only direct flights to all these locations. So that's how we can also get a cost advantage on that, just because we have less cost in that sense.
Okay, thank you very much.